new quals, especially with them starting off so solidly. You're going to start to see them testing those and see if they can, build their map pool fully out. But let's jump into the Blackheart. They've only played it once, lost it to Riyadh early in the Major 1 qualifiers, and that's about as perfect as it gets as far as the start is concerned.
Yeah, perfect is exactly what Paris are looking for so far in this Blackheart, and I know the other player who's looking for perfect gameplay is going to be Sid. He had a 0.7 versus Carolina, was outslayed by 40 kills, and he's just not that kind of player when you put those stats next to his name. So I'm expecting a big bounce back here from Sid, but Paris to look even better here at Blackheart. They've only played one time throughout the season, but if you're going to come out swinging like this on P1, yeah, we might as well add it a couple more times.
Yeah, and you got to remember back that Envoy, when we watched him play Riyadh, was trying to run that second SMG that we just did not see much of. There was conversation around for a while. The Razor, he tried to play it on this map, if I remember correctly. That was a long time ago, it feels like. And now on a more traditional SMG, he is frying. 7-0 start. Hellstorm already earned. Cloud9 already spawning all the way across the map.
Hey, they tried to break through the front, but just got cut down. So now, what is your second break opportunity going to look like? No one going to go on long routes. Everyone trying to funnel their way through the front door. And you're just getting cut down from the crossfires on the side of the Gentlemates. So 30 seconds here to fight for if you are C9. You don't want to give this time to Paris, but that decision might already be made for you because it's still lining up the kill feed.
Yeah, Neptune's now on 5 in a row. Envoy still just blocking the back, and as soon as he reads that this hit is on the way, he very well can either choose to pinch or just play the rotation. No need to pinch. Everyone's already dead, and you win a gunfight through mid. So Cloud9 currently spawning on the new hard point. One player will spawn a little bit further out. Envoy already getting up the staircase. He almost wins the opener, but Neptune's there to follow up. Ghosty to provide support. And Paris, if they win this rotation, very well may DoorDash this map, but Cloud9 are able to stabilize the spawns for now.
Yeah, stabilize the spawns, but not really in the hilltop currently. You have to clear out the Gentlemates from the front side, and it's Nezra and Hyde able to combine for 2, make it 3 in the feed. So finally a moment where C9 can breathe. Spawning all of the Gentlemates across the map. They have yet to invest their Hellstorm, so they're most likely going to save it going forward in the rest of this game. So this is time that you desperately need now.
Well, Nezra can't quite get the Semtex to the staircase. Nope, couldn't get it all the way to the edge. So that will be a break for Paris. 20 seconds remain on the hard point. Nezra does get an off spawn. That actually allows him to find one player inside the hill, but Sib will deal with it to try to win the rotation to new, while his teammates are still winning odd man gunfights over the old time. Oka's able to give you the last couple for the scrap, but Paris will have the numbers set up over to P4. Nice opening there, though, for Nezra to get the rotation going for Cloud9.
Yeah, Neptune's going to spawn all the way across the map now, so you have an opportunity to try to change the ending of that P3 to this P4. Ocus finds a double. Paris trying to hold down the back spawn. It's all long Ghosty. Let's just see how he's going to set this one up with a listening.
Outer one shot, Ned. Outer one shot, close right. Short, weak, 2 there. Outer right now. Yeah, hearts on. Let's do it. Hearts. We got her. I'm pitching with you. They're going to start spawning out. And inner hide. P3 spawns.
Spawning close, guys. How many times?
Front door. Weak. I think they're both front side.
Hit him in front door. One shot on the back.
In the back. He wants in the back hide. Yeah, we're good, boys. We're good. Front P3 in the back.
Alright, so many times.
Yeah, I'm trying to live. They're spawning on time. Yeah, pop left.
Yes.
Stunning inner. Yeah, I'm weak here.
Weak on left. Weak going main. Focus.
Yo, look, got main. Outer hide. Come on me. One more outer ult. Okay, it's one shot. One shot going main. Nothing outer. I hold, by the way. He's gonna go close. Or he's gonna lay play front. One at ult. I will kill him. Yo, pick up caution. I hearts on him. Yeah, you're good. So close caution. Close caution.
Alright, he's missing encourage.
Holding encourage. Spawn PT. Yo, I'm gonna double pitch with this. I'm close. Too close. Two more close. High plus one. They're main. Encourage. Warren and main. I've Warren. Blocking. I'll pick up right.
I don't see Warren yet.
He's on main. He's off the map. One off the map. Close. Okay, close. 2 mid and 1 front.
One long really weak. One long really weak.
Long high. One long. Okay, high pitch on the bottom. Missing encourage. That's it. Nice. I'll pick up right. Someone get time.
I got it.
Open and half out. He's open going close. It looks like. Close. Hard.
I'm seeing front.
I'm seeing close. You close focus really weak. Too close. They're gonna eat me. I've Upland. Watch me walk. Open. They go down. There's 2 there open. Yo, one outer boat. Going maybe dub probably. Probably dub. They're gonna out close.
Well, the energy's up there, Jay. I mean, Paris, again, we talk about it, have not played this map all that often, so looking for perfection, and Cloud9 are giving them a fight.
Yeah, no, they definitely are giving them a fight, especially what they were able to do at the P3 to P4 chain, but Paris in control of the P5, still have a comfortable lead to be in the driver's seat here. But just to go back to that listening, we were able to catch the last series that Cloud9 played versus Optic, and Optic's listening looked like they just woke up 5 minutes ago. I respect Paris a lot more because they know that they're going up against C9. They know that they're playing a map they're not familiar with, but energy's at an all-time high. So they are respecting their opponents right now. And Cloud9 are actually showing why they should respect them. Only down by 30 points. Still at the ending of this P1, Paris will try to fight.
Ghosty, nice double here, though, as we continue to just bounce off the walls, and that'll be enough for Paris to win out the scrap time. Looking for rotation to new, now our Cloud9 spawning out towards the backside of the map, and Envoy is just going to play spoiler on the overextension. And as soon as he gets to read there's a hit from the front, he can just jump into windows and try to pinch, but the hit from the front is flawless for Cloud9. So now Envoy has to try to make a mess of the setup at all possible. Catches one, and wow, has a lot of space to work through here until Hyde picks it up. Ghosty, backside of the hard point, only able to get one. It's just down to Civ inside the hill being pinched and not able to get the reload off, so Paris will play for the extended route while Cloud9 just reinforced the hill.
Okay, C9, all right, now we're starting to fire. Everyone is lighting up the kill feed currently. Nezra on 6 in a row. You go right through the front door of P2. You had Envoy playing the super OE on the overextension. And with all of his teammates dying, gives Cloud9 the spawns and eventually leads to a good chunk of time where they're going to have the lead at the ending of this P2. So Paris are thinking this is going to be an easy Blackheart. No, Cloud9 are here fighting.
Well, a little bit of trouble here for Okus. Last one left, trying to block the spawns before the hard point opens up. Only catches one, so Cloud9 will have to break to new, and we'll take a listen in with the new boys to see how they're coming.
Back right.
Yeah.
Back square, I'm absolute.
He's running at you. Still square, weak. Nice, good hit.
One jump off time.
Back fork ramp.
Back fork in time. On time.
Nice. That's the time.
In the back. Ghosty, back time.
Nice. One square, quick.
I have on the left. Square, triangle.
It's gonna be front.
One shot.
Every right.
Nade it, bro.
Watch on left.
I saw one, stun two. Nice. Getting on mid.
Close front. One right.
I
only have my right.
Seven Neptune.
One shot.
Three. There's four on old. There's one out front and there's three on old.
One's back P2.
One shot, done.
Nice, let's play for this P2 kid.
Playing for this P2 with TS.
He's back P2.
One shot back left. One shot back
left?
P2. He's not in P2. He's back left corner.
Yeah. I traded.
Weak tip. One time.
I'm trying the back. I'm
spawning P2. They're spawning P2.
Okay, one stop.
Hub's weak. Go see we can do.
back at me. Dead.
Ready.
Go
Nice. Good shit.
Spawning out still.
in the back envoy. In the back.
Go see mid.
Couple.
Back time envoy.
Go see weak.
Weak in the front.
Yeah.
Outer stuff. Has to be.
Heard you.
Well, Jay, we've said it once, we've said it twice, so you may as well say it again. Cloud9 shooting, man, that's never been the issue. They've got the individual skill, just comes down to getting the system built as Okus is flying around the hard point. 15 seconds of scrap time looking good for Cloud9, and Paris will be attempting to rotate over to 5.
Yeah, they have the rotation that they want. This was the money hill that they found themselves soaking up a good chunk of time the first go around. And they're looking to have the same exact response. Great shots there from Envoy to find the opening. Now you can be the aggressors through the front door. Finds kill number 2. Should set your teammates up for the trade, but Nezra playing keep away. Him and Hyde combined for 3. Now it's all on Civ to hold down the spawns.
Yeah, he's in some trouble. Stuns, nades all going his direction. And that is an easy follow-up there for what I believe is Nezra. Envoy behind the play, able to find one. Now trying to block spawns of his own as Neptune finds a couple from the front, but still Cloud9 will spawn close. 34 seconds to fight for here. All 4 members in blue up and ready to go. First blood able to come through square. Nades now trying to make its way over to the hard point as Nezra is able to find one more. Encouraged. Last one left for Cloud9. Trying to dance, but it's not going to work out. So scrap time looking good for Paris. Set up on the way, though, for Cloud9 over the top of P1. And a couple of gunfights lead to an opportunity. But Ghosty's double keeps numbers limited. And now it's just an even battle for New.
Now it's a 1v1 for New, and it's Hyde trying to take care of Sib. He does just that, but Sib stalls out time for Neptune to get into the mix. Now all of the Genomates flooding through the front door. Nezra finessing with his life. Finds a kill onto Ghosty. He's just dancing. He's dancing. He finds another kill. That's all 4 dead. Cloud9 in firm control.
Put him in the spin cycle, up and over. And now an opportunity to get Cloud9 over 200 points. Hellstorm in for Envoy here, of all things. Just trying to hold off and see if they could get maybe a kill inside the hill, but
that's nothing.
It's an even exchange. Cloud9's able to still stay alive and well. And around the hardpoint, Oak is careful. Just able to bounce back up to keep his life from falling. 20 seconds remaining. Have to play for rotation and the time here if you're Paris. And Cloud9 are locking things down. Paris in trouble.
That's the second lead change of the game, and this one is more crucial than ever because Cloud9 now only need 25 points to take the opening hardpoint versus the Genomates. You just can't die off the rotation. You're losing your numbers around the front time of the HP, but Encourage finds a big one-on-one on the time. Cloud9 are in.
230, 215. Envoy around the back being hunted.
Big win.
Falls quickly. Now it's just down to can you receive the hit from the front? Encourage able to get one. Pistol over the top's gonna work. Last 10 seconds and Paris are coming in tatters. It's looking like it's gonna be the first respawn win for Cloud9 pending they can hold off the against the rest of the league. So it's been a comfortable app for the Genomates and they will start things off on the attack.
Yeah, hopefully for Cloud9, they've been putting in work on the back end because the last time I watched them play this map, they had the same strategy 3 different times on their defense. And that's just 4 stacking over towards B and trying to be the aggressors. But this time around, you're making some adjustments. You pull out the boomstick if you're Okus and you get the better of Sib for the first blood.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Sib realized that Okus actually had this scope initially. He saw him top panels, but there was no glint in response. So maybe a little bit of overconfidence thinking Okus had maybe just an AR, and Okus is going to connect not once but twice. So here we go. Here comes the full flood back as Cloud9 have read the play. Neptune, good damage in. Envoy up clean. Everything works as designed. And now it's the opening attack round for Cloud9. Okus not quite able to get on the mantle, and nades will tag him. You get a little bit of aggression on a Neptune on the front side of panels at B. Sib supporting. And everything else is just play contact here if you're Paris around the A site. Really nothing coming through with any of this right now, so we'll stay 4v4 until Neptune does push up the P2 tank and finds Hyde for first blood.
Yeah, just Neptune being the aggressor on the round. His teammates got him to that position and then backed out to stack over towards A. Find the first blood onto the island player and Hyde. So now C9 in the man disadvantage looking to make up for it, and Okus did not give up on the angle top window. It wasn't Sib on that side, it was Ghosty, but now it's a 3v3.
Yeah, Sib is still playing bottom window. He does have a scope in response. Decision time for Cloud9 under 30 seconds to play. Looks like they're going to commit to B. Okus is only here to help with a pistol at the moment. Encourage making noise over towards A, but he's found out quickly, and that's enough for Paris to realize, well, no one else is there, so has to be over towards B. Sib will play off the pinch, but Okus hits another scope. Envoy with the pistol responds for one. Now it's just down to the 1v1, and Sib comes right from behind. Nedra doesn't expect it, and Paris will tie us up at 1.
And that's just one of those rounds right there where Encourage just gets a little antsy.
Usually still clean. Okus has made his presence known, though. 4-1 with the scope already. Sib, no lack of confidence on this POV. We'll watch that inner angle, and we've seen moments before where if you can catch any info, Neptune's not, I would say, scared to hit a route through steps to try to challenge that bottom window position, but instead it's nades towards window. Stun lands, nade doesn't. And we're back to, here we go, playing on this inner angle.
Yeah, it basically tells you right now, if you're the Genomates, that they're stacking over towards their window side. So you're going to be the aggressor on that angle. Find the first blood, but Hyde in a position to play the trade. 3v3, Sib misses the shot to commit on the second one. Hyde is able to find his...
into bottom window like that. So you've got someone just working zig. Another that could just hit that bottom window position, and you just don't expect two players to be there if you're Paris. Opening trophy. Works out for Cloud9, doesn't for Neptune. First blood good over towards B. And Cloud9 will pause, assess the ground in front of them, and play out the 4v3.
Yep, just gain some information before you decide to make your play. And unfortunately, Nezra turns his head at the wrong time. Could have found that 1v1 gunfight versus Envoy. But now Envoy catches him with his pants down, still a 3v3, and now you have all the info. They're already on the backside of their spawn.
Yeah, Paris have to deal with this, but it's a tough battle to take. Good route from Envoy. Comes back up through dirt, pinches the setup, not once, but twice.
Slow and steady rounds hasn't really worked for them because Cloud9 have picked them apart.
Yeah, they really have. Different look here for Cloud9 setup-wise. Two players through dirt, but Sib is watching it this round and will have the better of Ocus finally. Jump up from Hyde still works out, though, even though it should have been relatively known. Paris going to realize that they have an opportunity to play through Zig. Knife out for...
So, got to choose your challenges wisely.
Yeah, I'll say. Hyde quickly through mid. Finds Ghosty. This is just a scrappy battle once again. Nice shots from Hyde. And does he know Neptune's laying on the corner? It's a lot of debris down there at P1. Doesn't fully see him. So Neptune, yeah, he'll use that position nicely for at least one trade, but this is one of those rundowns. Nice shot from Sim. Doesn't quite get the jump.
And all of these mixy mid-map gunfights at 8 and 4, double positive, secured 3 in the previous. Now we're all tied up at 3 in this game.
Do we get a chance to breathe? Maybe not. Cloud9 pushing forward. Neptune does not expect that whatsoever. Sib in trouble. Nade not going to work out. Ghosty next line of defense, if you can even call it that. And Cloud9 will draw the line of the sand back up and find Envoy instead. Yo, this has been breakneck speed, and Cloud9 are handling it perfectly.
Yeah, it's just the catching them off guard method. Is not allowing Paris to fully settle in on their best search and destroy map. They love these rounds to play themselves out, not be basically done in the first 10 seconds. But a 1v4 still for Ghosty. Desperately looking for a kill so he can avoid being Agent Ghosty at the end of this round. 30 seconds to go.
Time becoming an issue. Hyde chasing his shadow.
Aggressors over through Solar's side. You gain info. Sib has a sniper. So you're able to isolate on both of those fights on that end. But Cloud9 up by 1 and Hyde on 5 in a row.
How about this? Nezra. Oh my. Damage in. That's your bomb carrier finding first blood through the defensive window, and Sib's been seen. Shots from Hyde, I think we're going his direction.
These guys are turning,
Can't quite lock. I'm telling you, dude, they are moving. So now it's over to B, and Sib will be isolated. Oh my gosh.
4v2. Get the bomb then at bleed. Just play your numbers advantage. So not throw this situation away. This Envoy's going to work his way through Gens. Neptune alongside him at top plat. They're trying to two-man push this to retake it.
Not going to work out there. The slide out is decent. Neptune getting one, slips away. But again, the clock, the biggest ally right now for Cloud9, especially the numbers that they've got. They can just keep dancing with this. Wow, dude.
And Cloud9 currently can do no wrong, and Hyde has a Hellstone to work with, so no one just die. Yep. No one get picked off early on.
Yep. Well, Hyde's going to stay bottom window. He's got help around him. Ocus is on an island by B. And I think he may have seen a couple of members. Yeah, Hyde does a little check over towards the side. Able to lock down the shots for one. No trade immediately there. Good help from Nezra as Neptune was cutting through mid. Now off the regen. Sib on the corner. A couple of shots are there, but Ghosty's got his back. So just down to Ocus. 1v2 for the map. And he knows both Paris players are dangerously close. But the more time that passes, the more doubt that gets created.
Now he's just going to disengage. Allowing the time to play its part. But Paris have rotated their way over towards the B site. Oga's going to be unaware. But no info at A. Yeah, they definitely got to be at B.
Here we go. Post plant set up towards panels. Okus looking to pop up and find something. Only gets one tag into Ghosty. Nade cooked. On the corner. Tags behind that. I think he knows both players are here. Here's the first. Oh, just not quite able to find the shots on the Ghosty, but a huge transfer to Sib. 18 seconds. Ghosty gonna go high. Okus meets him!
To lock in.
Yeah, true that. But Cloud9 have not tested this map out yet with this roster. First look for them. See what we get. Sib will kick us off with an opening nade. Nezra caught on the cross. And the break off for Paris. Pretty clean, as they will at least have Sib existing through the B side of the map with reinforcements now on the way, but Hyde picks it up perfectly and will reset and try again.
And now Encourage job is to just keep them away from the EMP as long as he can. You already cleared out the guy you're spawn. You already found a kill initially for this Minimap control. So now you can send your SMGs to take a little bit more space away. EMP in control of Cloud9. They're lighting up their kill feed, and Okus is about to put the first one on the board.
Ghosty in position, but can't quite stop the score. Trade kills, good enough though, at least for Paris to get back across the map. But Encourage is in the proper position to stop the rotation. He's on 5 in a row now. Opportunity for possibly an early hellstorm, depending on how things unfold, as Paris are off spawn, trying to work back through mid to surround this point. And so far, so good. Encourage trying for the hot swap. Doesn't finish the first, but Okus is right there and nearly takes down 3. Not quite enough, though, and Envoy has a free path to get down to the scorer. Or does he? Stops in his tracks, and that's a defense for C9.
Yeah, and that's Okus all off of him finding that double. Because even though one player from Paris was still in your spawn causing mayhem, there were 2 guys from C9 off the respawn watching the cross, so you couldn't cross for free, and Genomates unfortunately could not tie the game. And now Cloud9 in the driver's seat over towards rooftops. Again, you're on the back foot of your Genomates.
Ghosty able to find one, catches a second though on top of that, and all 4 members for Paris will have an opportunity to start making their way forward, and quickly at that. Neptune, nice shots, but can't quite finish. Encourage in the backside of the hard point. Ghosty thought about it, but thought better of it very quickly. Will reflip the EMP back.
Oh yeah, they're gonna go all the way back over towards this B side. Now you're just hoping that you can locate where Sib is and not allow him to break you down, and thankfully you do it quickly. Because now you know where the play is coming in. Your ARs are set up in the power positions, holding down the cross, but Genomates are here knocking at the door.
Nade stun starting to land. Pistol out for Ghosty. Just can't fall here, but does. Envoy has the last elimination, but the reinforcements for Paris through mid will keep the spawns far enough away to pick it up and score, tie the game. Now on the transition over to roofs. Sib, SMG in hand, catches one, but nothing more. You've got Nezra through past the EMP, and Encourage is still hanging over towards P2, so that'll work out. Here's the route from Nezra, and this could lead to a quick grab and go.
Yeah, it's all cleared out towards his B point. Nezra also finds another kill with the cherry on top. You find the trade onto Envoy, so Cloud9 should be able to get this second one in, but it's a goal line stop, but not for long. Too much pressure over towards rooftops. It's been the Okus and Hyde show. Encourage said, I want to be involved in the party. 11 and 5, Hellstorm in the back pocket. Cloud9 just got to keep on holding.
Minute 45 in this half. Sib, quick win, quick pickup. You have to get rid of Envoy in this position. He does get traded quickly. Can you get the timing on a Neptune on the cross? Some tags are in, but Neptune wins his first. Nezra is low, has to value his life. A couple of tags over to the EMP carrier, but Neptune is able to find 3 high. Can't quite lock down the shots to stop Sib, and we're tied at 2.
Oh, Neptune just breaks him down. Like, you know he's working the pinch route, and now it's Envoy's turn to do the same thing. You already have your lead blocker in Ghosty clearing out the lane. Envoy making it difficult for them to cross over towards the Seb side, so they're lighting up the kill feed now. Paris have the 1-point lead as that score comes in.
Yeah, and we're back over to rooftops, and look at the setup for Paris. Ghosty, no, not quite able to win the battle in front of him at P2 through Couch. So now it's just Envoy, last one left. Bold engagement to take. Actually gets a lot of what I believe was Okus on that angle. Yeah, Neptune will finish it off. So now the SMGs for Paris trying to get forward, but Cloud9 have gotten control of this broken building, and that's going to be enough for Envoy to say, not interested, we'll just grab it and pull it back.
Yeah, Paris not going to waste any time fighting all these gunfights that go down over towards rooftops on this side of the map. Gonna wrap it back to their preferred side over towards B. And Cloud9 right now, not fully set up the way that they want to be. You got the cross being watched from Hocus. You're gonna force the Hellstone to be called in. And this is sort of like a panic play. It wasn't necessary, but now you don't have this going forward in the rest of the game.
Yeah, you really don't. I mean, I don't know if it was fully necessary, but like you said, a little bit of panic. You just don't want this momentum to get out of hand. You shut down the pitch. And Paris will attempt to hold this for overtime. Envoy in some trouble. Will back up to get the extra 30 seconds, but there's 0 map control right now for Paris.
Yeah. So you're just going to keep on playing keep away right now if you are the Gentlemates. Try to catch them on the back foot on their setup. And they're finding kills that they want. It's just Neptune on one side of the map, your lead blocker on the opposite. You only have 10 seconds. You have to instantly just go right for this objective.
Got nades over the top, stopped by a trophy.
It's just easy when that OE is uncontested, so Cloud9 going forward need to start picking up the angles that are not being watched.
Little 2-2 split setup here for Cloud9 on the breakoff. Lots of focus over towards the mid cut. That'll work out as they do win the battles there. Envoy able to find 1 through pillars before dropping, and that's going to be a clean kill feed now for Cloud9 to set up.
And you can see the time of possession has been dominated so far from the Gentlemates. That's just they've been playing the keep away game for basically all of the first half. And now when you're in the driver's seat, you get shut down by Neptune. He finds the opening double. You have all of Dojo control. You clear out your spawn as well. You can potentially add another one if you can find the opening kill. If you're Neptune, but he loses it, now you're just going to play keep away.
Yeah, but 2 players through mid. Could create a pivot point here for Paris. Nice movement from Nezra, but can't make much of it. Ghost is able to get you 2. Then nice. Through the middle in red room, Envoy just looking for 1 pistol out. Neptune will have the final word, and Paris will now be up 4-2 with, wow, clean kills behind this. Neptune is fried, 20 and 16. He is all over the map.
Yeah, it's a misplay there from Cloud9. Someone has to get over towards that B point instead of everyone contesting on the bottom side of comms. Because you knew where the EMP was going, just no one in a position to stop it because everyone's committed on those gunfights, and then you're losing all of them. So that's an easy score there for the Gentlemates. And now they can slow the game down drastically, up by 2. Just need to keep on clutching up in your fights. Unfortunately, Envoy loses his, but he gains a lot of info at that.
Gotta win the middle of the map back if you're Cloud9. Nezra working on it. Hyde able to find 1 with a pistol. Ghosty in some trouble here off the reload. Has Envoy eagerly playing the corner, and now it's just down to can you get the trade on to Ghosty? No, not there, not now. Pistol out, Okas for 1, but Neptune's there to fill the gap, and Paris hold.
It's just right there. Cloud9 go 1 by 1. You get free gunfight after free gunfight to Ghosty. Just not being patient doesn't allow you to use your numbers to your full advantage. So you're still going to be down by 2, and now a counter cap on the horizon here for the Gentlemates does get shut down. So all that space that Envoy takes is for absolutely no reason, and now Cloud9 in the driver's seat.
For a moment, though, they need to hold on to some position at couches if they want to keep moving the spawns and possibly pivot this. Encourage knife out. Envoy will drop a Sib. Enough damage tally to make that trade a little bit easier. Okas showing force on the other side. Sees the shadow, shots out to Ghosty. Can't win it initially, but Nezra able to find the final punch needed, but Hyde just cannot create space enough to actually get this execute onto either of the 2 zones.
Yeah, now Hyde has to force himself to commit to a gunfight with a pistol in hand. Neptune's able to clean him up. And Courage trying to make up for the difference throughout the middle of the map, is only able to find 1, so that's the Gentlemates having another great stop on their side of the spawn. And now the kill feed is lit up white, EMP in their control, and Paris still in the driver's seat.
Yeah, Cloud9 needs something, and they need it quickly. Hyde gives you the opener in this battle over the front side of Dojo. Ghosty can't quite finish off the kill cleanly enough to give him a chance at 2. Neptune, no antics this time. EMP grabbed and immediately wrapped over to the middle of the map. There is nobody at this A site right now. So if you can get one from Hyde, maybe, but no. Shots from Ghosty, just a little bit too clean. Sib follows behind that, and Ghosty makes sure there is no pinch. That'll be enough for Paris to likely run out the clock from here out.
Yeah, now they're wrapping it back over towards rooftop side. You know that 1 player in Sib was working the OE, so you put a lot of focus on that side of the map, and that clears up all of B. For Paris to basically call a game, because they are now up by 3, reset over towards rooftops, and they're still on that side of the map. Yeah, Cloud9, it's a GG. We're going to map 4.
Yes, we are. And that map 4 is Colossus, a map that if you're a Paris fan, you're starting to smile cheek to cheek. And we're not done here. The guns continue to stay hot for the SMGs for Paris. Ghosty up and over, takes it to a 6-2 count. And I will say this map rather, I should say, is going to feel a little bit closer than the score at the end indicates. I mean, at one point we were at a 2-1 count in favor of Cloud9. There's the call about that Hellstorm that felt a little panicky, but you're right. It does feel like we're close on these offensive plays, these attacking plays. But one more breath, one more beat that you can wait for a little bit of extra help. Maybe those scores come through, but a lot of looks for Cloud9 just can't quite get over the finish line.
Yeah, I feel like the first 2 minutes of this game, Cloud9 were playing it to perfection. AR's holding down the EMP, SMG's opening lanes, winning their one-on-ones. But then once Paris started to settle into the game, and Neptune truly started to get activated.
If you get a win here and steal one away, who knows what could potentially happen? Let's find out. First nade lands, follow up from Nedra, good. Perfect start here from Cloud9.
Okay. Best start possibly for Cloud9. All 4 up, all 4 down on the side of Paris, and you have satchel control early on. So it's in the lead to a good chunk of time, but Paris off of their first break attempt dominates satchel control, win the one-on-one gunfight toward the time, and now they're instantly back in towards V1.
And they're putting a little bit of pressure on Nedra, who's trying to hang on to the right side of the map. He's just going to watch the rest of his teammates get shredded off spawn. That's the problem, dude. It's just like you're finessing. It's like, can someone please help me? Oh, awkward moment right there. Neptune just breaks the camera a touch, and now Hyde will pick up the baton and say, now it's my turn. Try to finesse around the back. Spawn still not fully in for either team, but a big gunfight win comes through for Hyde. Envoy turns the tides just as soon as P2 opens, and Paris will have the advantage.
Yeah, now Cloud9 are forced to try to find a break. Last time they played Colossus, it went all the way down to the wire, but they still were 0% chance at finding breaks, and already it's not leading to one here as they're finding no opening kills. They're consistently trying to funnel their way through the front door, and that's not leading to success. It's been 20 seconds uncontested so far.
Yeah, Ghosty able to hold off the play up top at mid. Here's the hit from the front. Envoy in the corner, really good as he forces a team kill out. And that'll be enough for Paris to clear the floor, reset up, and go again. 23 seconds remaining. Last attempt here for Cloud9 to try to break any time in.
Yeah, they find the opening through top P1, so you have the numbers. Just got to fly your way on in and play your trades out. But Sib reflanks P1, is able to find a double. And the rest of his teammates clean up house at P2. So a 60-point lead as we head over towards P3. And Dante is on one. 7 and 4 star, 3 in a row. He's not missing with the AR.
Nah, don't miss, don't lose. Sib, another set of shots to land. Numbers advantage for Paris, technically speaking, but working for map control, and that's going to allow Cloud9 to get and stay inside the hard point. Trade's going to go their way as well. Last one to find us Ghosty, and okay. Nice moment here for New York. They're able to stabilize where everyone is spawning and get set up again for the next attempt.
Yeah, they're ready for the push. They know that all of the gentlemates are coming from yellow side, and you have players in Hyde watching the OE. P1 is covered, no one flanking through your tunnel, so all of your focus is on the front side of Godheady. But gentlemates, even though they're not on the preferred side that they want to be fighting this from, they're still holding it down for as long as they can. But now Cloud9, the aggressors, kills going their way, trying to flip these spawns, and it comes down to a one-on-one, and Courage is able to win it. Cloud9 in the driver's seat now for P4.
Yeah, now off the regen. The problem is they've lost Envoy, I believe, who's playing through the new time. Yeah, and don't just ignore the kill feed. We got 2 1s and 2 5s, but that was Envoy on the route. Nedra able to at least win one back.
Hello.
Here we go. That's Nedra. Goodness. Okay, we're just going to call them by where we think they are. Cloud9 able to get the kills they need, and now they're set up for new. Need to just win this wave and get themselves really bumped out of the hill.
Hey, they clear on top P1, so now all their focus should be on the front side of this HP. You keep on finding trades. You're forcing Paris to continuously be uncomfortable. You're going one by one, getting cut down, but Ogus peeks a little bit too much. Ghosty gets the better of him, and it's still Ogus on my screen because I can't read the kill feed. Another 4 dead. Cloud9 lock down the map and now have the lead.
Hyde on 4 in a row, almost able to get 5, but that's Sib up top for the win. Paris, with nades to support this last second hit, are going to get a little bit of extra contest time, but the lead will, for the moment, stay with Cloud9. Scrap time battle will determine who actually wins this first rotation, and Courage will give the last couple of seconds to give it just the smallest of edges to Cloud9 through our first set. Hyde, nice route here around the back. Able to find damage onto one, kill onto another. Envoy in some trouble, but able to win Apex's gunfight. Nezra and the rest of Cloud9 re-flanking the backside, trying to move the map around.
Yeah, there's just a lot of pressure right now for C9. Like, these are such great plays. Even though Hyde was only able to get one before falling, just the route out of him to set up this pinch over towards P1 is still keeping this one very scrappy. Trades are going back and forth, and finally Cloud9 are going to come out on top, and Courage streaking a little bit on 3 in a row, and now they're in control of the time, up by 20.
Next set of gunfights, though, an important one, with 17 seconds on the time before we go over to P2. Cloud9 will get 3 members to still spawn on the right side of the map. Did they get the 4th as well? Yes, they do, but the gunfights are starting to turn in favor of Paris. Hyde watching for the cross.
Oh, big win.
Not able to get the better of one. That's Neptune who bounces across for the kill. Now the spawn's blocked, trying to move, but P2 wasn't open yet. Now it finally is. Cloud9 have numbers. They know Neptune is through. Just comes down to, can you deal with McLeod? And yes, you can. Ghosty on the cross, able to give you 1. The battle for spawn still raging on, and Paris will wipe Cloud9 and set themselves up.
And it's Ghosty and Envoy just clearing out the house towards the backside, and now you're forcing Cloud9 to find a break on a P2, which they weren't able to do the first go around. So your first attempt is to do the funny play. Let's work the long route. But that's exactly what Paris are ready and waiting for. Another clean 4 dead. 30 seconds remaining at the P2, and Cloud9 are just now forced to break through front if they want to.
Yeah, I mean, this position from Neptune is so dirty. He just keeps moving the spawns for Cloud9 into the furthest possible position to where you feel like you have to hit the OE or hit through mid. Sib, 1v1, man. Big win there. Plus the read that the spawns have moved. 24 and 14 for Sib. Possibly not done on this hill yet, and no, not quite. 25 and 14 with a massive lead starting to build, especially if Paris can win rotation to new, but Ocus will get you 1, give him 2, and Cloud9 have a chance to battle against the P3 setup.
Yeah, Sib's just been waiting for Colossus to enter into the map set for one of his next matches, because the last time he was like 20 and 48. And now he's almost double positive on 5 in a row. You get the early break here at P3, and now there's a good chunk of time for still to play with. 30 seconds and counting. Cloud9 trying to break from every single angle, have somewhat control up bottom tunnel, but Paris is still not making it a clean break.
Yeah, this next push out needs to be clean, but as Ocus gives it a go, it's Paris who respond. Battle back from Cloud9 is good, keeps him in the hard point, brings the deficit down to within 30 points. Neptune in some trouble, or is he? Oh my goodness. Just the unkillable man at times. But still, throughout all of that action, Cloud9 are able to soak up almost every single second of scrap. The problem is, now they are in the worst position possible trying to get over to P4.
Yeah, you couldn't find a break at P2 on the first go-around at P4. You were the team to win the rotation. So now you're forced to do the difficult part. And that's try to break down the setup on the Gentlemates. Thankfully, Ocus is able to find a double through the front to alleviate some of that pressure. But we still don't have players in the position that we want to be. We're just forced to funnel.
Yeah, this is really, really nasty. Neptune will drop, trying to hit the flank. Long route developing for Encourage behind the Paris setup. But you got to get some wins through mid, or especially from the front, for this to really pay out at all. It's so late into the hill to be doing this. But the flip of the spawns are there. Ghosty by himself. Pistol works out. He's got a little bit of help from Envoy from the front. Turns this into a 1v1 for the scrap time. Cloud able to get a little bit of seconds, but Neptune quick, just right back in, try to finesse the exit. Could be a little bit deadly here for Paris, but still committing largely through this. Cloud9 get the scrap, and they keep it now down within about 40 points as we rotate back to P1, and a good kill.
Winning these fights for stature control. You take care of Sid. And now all of this just holding down this position and jumping up in towards the time. You are lighting up the kill feed if you are in 6 in a row. Cloud9 in control of the spawns that they want. So 35 seconds to play with here at P1, but they are keeping it scrappy, keeping themselves in the mix.
Paris able to find 3, though. They neutralize the time. Have a chance to try to battle back. Ghosty now in the hill. Here comes the double hit. Perfectly timed from C9. And Encourage on 8 in a row. So he was finding all those kills listed for Ocus. He's got a hellstorm to play with now, and a lot of space to work with. So now you're trying to just make the spawns as terrible as possible for Paris as you rotate the nuke, but you can't drop here. And Encourage has no ideas of doing that. 10 in a row for Encourage. Spawns stable for Cloud9, and here we go to P2.
First time Cloud9 win the rotation over towards P2, and Encourage is not missing shots on 11 in a row. 34 and 19, still got the Hellstorm in the back pocket, but Cloud9 watching the Yo-Week clear out that side of the map have taken the lead here versus the best hardpoint team in the game on their best hardpoint. Since at this moment, they go 4 dead. They still have the spawns though to make it mixy.
You have to have some composure here if you're Cloud9. We saw it in Blackheart. Can you pull it off on Colossus? Here comes a little mini pinch on the way.
Spawns,
Ocus behind Ghosty. Ghosty still down low. Takes care of his teammate on accident, but scrap time is good for Paris. Now the rotation to New. Only player who was here was only Ocus, and as he drops, now it's Paris. Game in front of them. Just have to respond to the Hellstorm, and here it comes.
Now you have to use it. You gotta hope your teammates are in a position to at least force them indoors and prepare for those gunfights. You find one opening, everybody else wins their fights through mid-tunnel. So that's 3 dead off the rotation. The break is in for Cloud9. You just don't have the spawns that you want. But here comes Encourage on a pinch.
Oh, man. Yeah, off the tablet, Encourage finds himself in a perfect spot to stagger Paris even further. Nedra establishes the Cloud9 side of the map over towards P4. Paris, what do? You've got Neptune on a route for free through mid. Picked up by, looks like, Ocus. Hard to say if it's him or Encourage behind it. Do they get the read? Not quite. Paris win the gunfights. Now we're scrambling with just Nezra left alive, trying to win back spawns for New.
And he knows that he's going to be overwhelmed, Al. He knows that all of his teammates just drop like flies at that P3, so his hands are going to be full. He's only able to take down one, but just all time for your teammates to now sort of be in the mix. The spawns are getting mixy. Cloud9 had 2 plans in the vicinity to try to block it, but Envoy and Sib keep on lighting up the kill feed.
Sib on 50 bomb watch. Off the reload. His teammates beat him to the punch. Last couple of...
We're just going to have to wait and see, man. What we saw in map number 2, Al, was the First Bloods being heavily won by Cloud9 and just them dictating the map. Paris are not going to allow them to do that here.
Yeah, this guy, Ocus, with the scope was a problem as well, and Sib says not so fast. First Blood goes to Paris. Early 3v4 situation. And, well, everything's come down to a crawl. Ocus sees Sib, and Sib says, let me find that one time. Woo! Keeping the hot hand from map 4. Sib's got you the opening too.
I promise you, he saw that glare, and Sib, roaring with confidence, just slides back, has the camera angle, and lines up the quickscope cross map. So in the 2v4, you get information onto Envoy, but you're thinking he's already left the vicinity, but he's still here trying to contest it as time is still ticking, still a 4v2.
Yeah, and Sib, he wants more. I mean, no lack of confidence. Taking away the angles quickly through mid, 27 seconds on the clock. Time to go if you're Cloud9. And the only option is A. And Paris know that. So you're going to have to win a 2v4 with Sib in your back line. Oof. First shots do land, though, for Hyde. Nedra connect.
Even off the hot hand, off that map 4.
Quick look here for Paris through mid. Sib scoping it. Neptune right on his left hip. Ghosty trying to watch over through field side. And Sib just barely able to get out of dodge and reset the 4v4.
Cloud9 find the first blood off of Hyde, and Encourage is getting aggressive up through Motel, so now Neptune and Ghosty trapped in towards Ellie. Not a single player from C9 to try to force a one-on-one gunfight. We're playing Scar, guys. Force them to beat us by planning.
Absolutely. So you've got a full setup over through buses. Ocus just throwing shoulders at B. And Ghosty will collect the bomb. And he may actually have a chance to plant this for free and get out. That's the big key. Can he get away with his life and really give this post-plant a chance? And there you go. Here we are.
All right, so he's able to get out. But Cloud9 have the numbers, so no one should waste time looking for both players. Someone should instantly hop the defuse.
That's exactly the case. Nezra just kind of bumping out the setup. Already halfway defused. Neptune trying to rewrap. No way, no. Through mid shops like that.
Nah, Sib's delusional right now, bro. He went for quick scopes and towards deli. Like.
That was what I was trying to say, but doing it politely.
Yeah, I got it. Don't worry. From a pro player, yeah, I can say that.
Angle for Nezra, just making sure there's no flank. He does see Neptune for a moment.
Oh!
Neptune says, I've seen that story before. Gets the better of him on the angle, but Encourage finds a deep elimination onto Sib from top motel. Stun lands behind this, so Hyde can get one trade. They know Envoy's there as well, I believe. So you should just take your guns flat out to A, but I think they've lost where Ghosty is. Those tags will help, and now we should just be committing, but maybe they don't know that Envoy's here. Yeah, maybe they didn't, but the trade's still out regardless, 2v1.
Yeah, they were still head on a swivel, playing side by side next to each other, just in case the playmaker and Envoy was close. You're able to execute him and still keep the numbers on your side. So now Ghosty working the complete opposite side of the map, enjoying a little bit of the scenery of Scar, but the bomb's going down to there.
Not impossible, especially with the space that he's manifested here. But he would need to get some indication of where...
Green, unless you're fully committed on the gunfight, finds that kill, and then all of Paris' hard work in the first 10 seconds just get thrown out the window. So Sib, even though he's not missing shots, you got to choose your shots wisely.
Yeah. Passive setup here for Paris compared to the previous offenses. Sib will take away top green from Cloud9, at least that's the attempt. Bomb is up by the site, but Envoy may need a little bit more help before he plants this. That was a bold attempt. Timing doesn't work out. Hyde gets first blood for Cloud9.
Yeah, he just wanted to plant that bomb at an angle so you could see it from so many different spots. But Hyde peeks it at the right time, finds his second kill so far on the round, on 6 in a row, and now Neptune, trying to keep his team alive, is able to do just that, but still man advantage for C9.
And they've got awareness on both players. I like this step up from Okus onto the plane heady over towards B field.
You know bomb down here.
Yeah. But just make sure no one wraps you. Oh, and this little slippery slither from Nezra's going to work out. Catches Neptune returning back over to the site. Now all the focus should...
The middle of the map and also motel. But then you gift up the first blood. Hyde stays active to find kill number 2. And Cloud9 now, 3 rounds in a row, pulling away here in the game 5.
And looking to see if they can catch someone slipping into general store at mid, and they do. They catch Neptune. Plus they catch Sim just sprinting around through mid.
Oh, nah.
Oh, because the Hellstorm's being called in. Okay, I was going to say, wait, where are we going? I didn't hear the sound cue for it. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Cloud9 dropping the score streak, and now they're in a 4v2 post plant.
Yeah, there's just no way they throw away this situation. Have all the information gained, all you need to do is consistently throw your shoulders, and even if you let one person fall, you still have the numbers advantage.
It is made out of, but he just watched World War III happen in front of his eyes, but still the round goes to Cloud9.
That's the best flak jacket I've ever seen.
Facts.
He was able to stand strong from a missile flying through the window. Still didn't lead to a round win, though. And now Sib, unfortunately for him, can't turn it around. He gets a bad hit marker, so 30 seconds wipe off the game clock, and all the information get on the side of Cloud9 that they're just working slow.
Dude, I could already give you the call out from Sib right there. Man, one shot. Oh, and now he gets pushed off the angle, touched by Encourage, but Envoy has an aggressive angle through red stabs, doesn't expect Hyde to be there. But an exchange still comes through, keeps his 3v3, 35 on the clock, bomb wrapping. As it looks like Paris are trying to re-hit this through mid to see if they can overwhelm, and Sib. He's going to continue to keep the hot hand with the scope. Trade through mid is good, and it's just on to Hyde. Pistol for Sib, trying to help Ghosty out. And Hyde's going to get some separation here. Hold on a second. But caught, trying just to Yeah. Oh, different look once again, this time for Cloud9. Nezra just throwing a couple of nades over towards B. Has Ghosty rewrapping to top green with Envoy holding on the heady and high, nearly opens the door, but that is next level, just omni movement, wall bouncing. Neptune gets first blood.
Yeah, when you think you have Mr. McLeod trapped in the corner, yeah, that's why he was the MVP of Major 1. But somehow, some way, Sib is just caught on an angle for free. Like, I don't know what kind of spot that was, and if he had a sniper in his hand, I want to blow my brains out, but Cloud9 getting the bomb down today.
Aggressive, but understandable. Neptune not able to do much off the exit from the plant. Cloud9 setting up their post plant deep. Right now, it's just Encourage who's trying to watch from the top while they're waiting for this pitch to happen through mid. Encourage gets peeled off of his angle. Neptune now gets the read that they're not playing this from step side, so he can hop this with the help of Ghosty. You got to get through here. You got to try to find a way to get an aim.
So you just stick the defuse and have your teammate watching over you, and it works out for Paris to get their third round on the board.
Whoa, Sib again over the top. Oh, and he almost gets a second opportunity top window. Just dancing off that corner. But still, Neptune was caught, and we're in a 3v3 with all that said and done.
There's still no need to do anything else to stop giving this guy angles. Because Sib is not missing. Finds his second kill with the boomstick on the round, and now look what it does to Cloud9. They're trying to isolate him on one side of the map, and it might work out.
Hyde has got the perfect timing. Just not the trigger discipline. The hunt is still on, though. Nedra will capitalize. And actually, Paris are going to try to elect to take this fight. Nedra fighting back. In some trouble. But still alive.
He saw him.
Oh, my gosh. And if they check the bomb, Envoy... Oh, he will fall and Ghosty's been seen. Cloud9's gonna get to match point. Oh man. So what are we gonna get here in round number 9? Okis trying to snipe. Sib playing over the round A, scope in hand. Envoy caught for first blood with this aggressive setup for Cloud9 at mid. And now you're just going to take your numbers, and just play it out at A. Use your utility, clear out top red, try to get this bomb planted, and take a post plant home to a win.
Yeah, you know, most likely Sib still has that sniper in hand, so...
He does, yeah.
Let's just try to spot for Glare. Let's not even waste time locating him. Let's just get the bomb down. Don't give him an angle before V3 post plant.
Oh, Ghosty just tries to get a slide out, not going to work. Sib comes up empty once again. Neptune, he's able to find 2. It would have to be a technical 1v4. Just down to 2 now, 30 seconds. Has Sib's scope and, of course, the Dravik. What can he find? Nedra is